Teslacam. I hope you're satisfied.
Jawad is a frequent Wham Bam submitter, but he never thought he would be sending us a video of a large accident. He lives in Shanghai, and he privately imported a Model 3 before Tesla opened its Chinese factory and sales locations. Here we see his wife driving their Model 3 to work. When she entered a tunnel, she had to slow down because traffic was getting heavier. Eventually, the traffic came to a full stop. Unfortunately, the taxi driver behind her didn't slow down at all and rear-ended the Tesla without even applying the brakes. The force of the impact pushed the Tesla into another stopped taxi in front of it. Both taxis were carrying passengers, but thankfully everyone involved was okay. The impact of the crash was so hard that the taxi got stuck in the bodywork of the Tesla. The police and the tow truck driver asked Jawad's wife to drive the car forward in an attempt to get them unstuck. But the taxi remained stuck even after several attempts to get it out. Since they were in a heavily trafficked tunnel, the police instructed her to drive the Tesla, with the taxi dragging behind it, out of the tunnel. She managed to pull the taxi out of the tunnel, parking on the first street just outside of it. Of course, this attracted quite the crowd. Jawad's wife said that the passers-by kept calling the Tesla a transformer because it didn't appear to have much damage. The taxi driver who rear-ended the Tesla told everyone that he had changed lanes and didn't have enough time to stop. Jawad's wife and this Teslacam video prove that's not what happened. The next day, after reviewing the Teslacam footage, the police called the taxi driver down to the police station. That's when he changed his story, stating that when he entered the tunnel, it was so dark he couldn't see clearly. When they pulled the taxi with the tow truck to separate it from the Tesla, this broke the rear bumper. It was visible that the Tesla's rear shock-absorbing beam only had minor damage. The taxi driver's insurance coverage will pay for the repairs to the Tesla. His own taxi was totaled, and the taxi in front of the Tesla only had some minor damage to its rear bumper cover. At first, they promised Jawad they'd get the Tesla fixed within 2 weeks. But because his Model 3 was imported, they've since told him that they can't use any repair parts from the Shanghai factory. His parts have to be shipped from the US factory. The cost estimate for the repairs is around $10,000 US. Wesley was driving his Model 3 in Brisbane, Australia. In the United States, some pickup owners like to lift their trucks, but since everything is upside down in Australia, pickup owners there like to lower their trucks and call them utes, short for a utility vehicle. Wesley was pulling up to a red light when he got behind 2 souped-up utes. The one in front of him was so eager for the green light, he busted a burnout. We're not sure if he was trying to impress or intimidate the driver of the Tesla. Then he drove off, even though the light was still red. When the light turned green, his buddy pulled a massive power slide in front of Wesley, who was just enjoying the show. Altaz's parents were driving home in their Model 3 when a Volkswagen driver suddenly came up from behind, trying to squeeze into the single turn lane. They came inches from crashing into the Tesla. The VW driver proceeded to cut them off, and to avoid getting pushed off the road, Altaz's dad swerved to protect the car. Unfortunately, this caused them to get squeezed into the curb, which resulted in a bad curb rash on the wheels, as well as some scrapes on the front bumper. After this, the VW driver brake-checked them a couple more times, all while hopping curbs and swerving around. Altaz has no idea what instigated this. When Altaz's parents told him about the incident, he reviewed the Teslacam footage and decided to contact the police. He says that the York Regional Police are known to be pretty bad at handling requests. Initially, the case wasn't even taken seriously because there was no physical contact between the cars. In the end, the police didn't follow up at all. Altaz spoke to 3 different individuals in the same department, all to no avail. He says it's almost like they don't want to put in any effort, even though they can identify the driver behind the wheel and they have the license plate number. He wants us to call out the York Regional Police for their terrible service in this case. He thinks it's unfortunate that some people drive under the influence, and it's even worse that the police are willing to let this individual continue to roam around the city, risking the safety of others. John was driving his Model S in Evergreen, Colorado when he witnessed a bright shooting star. He thinks it was aliens infiltrating a farm in Kansas, but we couldn't confirm that. Pete was driving his Model 3 on a back road towards Corpus Christi, Texas when he saw a huge number of synchronized flashing lights. Pete was kinda creeped out at first. The lights looked as if they were landing lights for alien spaceships. Once he got closer, he saw that they were actually wind turbines. He had just finished charging up at the nearby Kingsville supercharger, and he found it neat to think that some of the electricity these turbines generated had probably just helped to charge up his car. This emitter was driving his Model 3 in the far right lane to take an upcoming exit. Out of nowhere, an already banged up Mercedes sideswiped him on his left side before taking off, making this a hit and run. He called the police, who sent an officer to the scene where they reviewed the Teslacam footage. Unfortunately, they couldn't decipher the license plate. However, the officer called back a couple of hours later and told him that the man driving the Mercedes had hit a couple more cars after he hit the Tesla. The other driver was arrested and given multiple citations. Here comes a rather unusual Tesla experience. It's from Abdul Rahman in Dubai, a Tesla owner who doesn't give up. He took delivery of his Model 3 Performance at his home. Since that first moment, he's had a pretty unusual ownership experience. Let's start from the beginning. Abdul Rahman was very excited to receive his Tesla, so 2 months prior to the delivery, he purchased every accessory he could find. He had a whole room filled with stuff for the car. Finally, the delivery day came. A delivery truck arrived and unloaded the Tesla. He was over the moon. Not long after unloading the car, the first issue appeared. The car arrived registered under the wrong name. The VIN somehow got mixed up with an identical car that was delivered to someone else the same day. They had to roll the Tesla back onto the delivery truck, but the error was quickly corrected and he got the car back again an hour later with the correct name on the registration. The next day, he had the car scheduled for departure at 7:30 a.m. to drop his son Adam off at school, after which he was planning to take the Tesla to get a paint protection film wrap. Unfortunately, he woke up to find a message telling him that charging had been interrupted. He thought somehow he'd incorrectly attached the cable. When he went to check, he found a message in the car that read, "Electrical system power reduced." The car wouldn't start. He called Tesla immediately. At first they said the problem might be the 12-volt battery, but then they called him again saying they actually wanted to bring it into the service center to inspect it further. They had to roll the Tesla back onto the delivery truck. Eventually they ended up replacing the high-voltage battery. He got the car back after 5 days in the service center. He was over the moon once again. He was finally getting to enjoy his Tesla, so he headed out for an evening ride. That's when bad luck struck again. All of a sudden, a big piece of wood jumped out from under the car in front of him and he couldn't avoid it. It made an awful sound and the car jumped a little when he hit the wood. Abdul Rahman's heart sunk and he was practically ready to cry. He got a notification that the air pressure had dropped in the front left tire. He pulled over at a gas station that was just up ahead to try to pump some air into it. That's when he heard the distinctive sound of air leaking. He reached his hand to the back of the tire and could feel the airflow. Feeling around the rim, he discovered it was bent. The next day, Tesla inspected the damage and told him that the only damage appeared to be on the wheel rim and tire, and there wasn't even a scratch to the underbody armor or any other part. It seems like his luck might have taken a turn for the better. He called the insurance company, but somehow the insurance company hadn't filed the new registration papers properly, which meant he wasn't covered by any insurance. In the end, everything got sorted out, and he says that the Tesla service team was epic and that it's still the best car he has ever driven. He got his PPF wrap, got the car insured, and the next day he used the Tesla to drop his kids off at school. What a great ending to this episode. Have an epic week, everyone. See you all next Sunday.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a cyber truck? My friends all drive diesel, I must make amends.